Alright, welcome to the stream, you beautiful motherfuckers. Today we are going to be taking a fun little rip here at the shit show of a game. We're going to be doing a little bit of a, shoutcast here as we watch my buddy Krimsinskye and myself. We're not going to be focusing on either of us, we just happen to be participants into this. So on the blue side, we are running, if you're in the top lane, a nasty pick, very strong, solid option to go with, who does not appear to have, oh, yep, there it is, wasn't sure where that trinket ward was, but now it's in and ready to go. Kha'Zix in the jungle, Tristana mid, interesting choice, but we got a Tristana mid. A little bit of a catch out on the Ashe, got the heal. Slowly checking along. She made it. It's close. Burnt flash, burnt heal. Not exactly a bad way to go. You know what? I'm going to turn on these little side views here to make things a little bit easier on myself. Make it easier on you guys as well. Nope, it was not flash. It was just the heal. Alright, so we've got the Ashe in the bot lane. Burnt her pot there in that little quick trade that we had before. Weirdly enough, taking X Electrocute. Odd, but hey, what you gonna do? And then we've got a Soraka in the bot lane, always annoying. Going with the area, you're gonna be doing a lot of little poke and heal, kind of keep things going on. On the red side, you can tell that Soraka is a great count. The fact we've got a Vel'Koz going in that support role. He wants to be poking. Soraka says, sure, poke away. I'm gonna heal up all your poke. I don't really care. We're just both gonna burn our mana and get nothing accomplished. We got me, Dragava sitting on a Kai'Sa, really solid pick. She is probably either the number 1 or number 2 ADC right now. Solid. Sett is bullying this Fiora a little bit. Nunu in the jungle for the blue side. Phase Rush, she is going for all of the speed, and we've got a Leblanc starting corrupting pops. Hey, why not? Alright, Triss is doing those quick E trades. We got a little bit of poke. Unfortunately, the Vel'Koz missed the Q, but that's alright. He is still trying. Quick little auto attacks, get some kind of damage off. Able to get the Q in off Vel'Koz. Fantastic. Not really sure why he flashed forward for those auto attacks at Ignite. You didn't have enough follow-up damage, but you tried. Good stuff, buddy. Leblanc is just trying to stay alive right now, but he's getting pushed in a little bit. Sett's trying to get those punches off, trying to protect his right flank, not getting those free shots. Almost the stun, unlucky, goes for the flash, goes for the ignite. Fiora's not backing away. She took a couple extra tank shots, and she ended up dying from minion aggro. Big shot into the Tristana. Nunu's going super hard, ends up getting double kill over to the Triss. That is monstrously unlucky. How did that Leblanc even die? Must have just taken too much minion aggro. Fiora is pissed off, level down, just showing up, ready to trade in. Kha'Zix comes in, able to get that hit down. Goes with the flash into that. Sett, can you make it? You got the W to keep yourself going. Are you fast enough? You are not. Good trade up in the top lane, getting Fiora back at least a little bit on the board, stem that bleeding. You've got no sums now available on the Sett. Sett needs to roll back. It's going to be a little bit of a nut. Going to be a little bit difficult. Meanwhile, Kai'Sa took an ignite. Has to definitely back off. There is a huge health advantage. Vel'Koz is not really hitting any of his skills right now, so we are not able to shut down anything. Oh, finally a hit, but WQing at the same time into no target whatsoever. We're trying to get some quick trade back, but mana is getting a little bit low on our side. Sun's going down, big guy. Not going so good. I got my coffee today. Delicious. Ooh, beautiful stun. Nice parry coming in for Fiora. Gets the flash. Can you spin that giant snowball around Nunu? Oh, it was a close one. Thankfully, you guys did not decide to do that suicide dive up in that top lane. Leblanc is still staying somewhat relevant. CS is staying reasonably even. She's not taking any bad trades right now, but she is a level down due to that double kill going over to the Trist with that botched dive attempt. Fiora at this point is completely zoned. She's got no pots, she's got no door and shield to heal herself back in. She needs to get autos, and if she goes near that Sett, she's probably going to get punched in the face. Parry for a stun that shouldn't have stunned anything. I'm not really sure how that worked. I guess it would have been the grab. Alright, Vel'Koz, you kind of whiffed everything 3 times in a row. That's not going super great, but we're able to at least get a little bit of farm back in. Kai'Sa's got a quick buy where she ended up getting a double long sword ready to go. Ashe is a very pokey lane, but we are still maintaining ACS advantage. Great stun in on the Fiora. Beautiful, beautiful parry into that. It's empowered W from the Sett. Good solo kill under tower. Sett is at a massive lead right now. All right, what is going on, Leblanc? Not sure, but Nunu came back. He has been actively roaming to different lanes. Haven't really seen him bot, but who knows? Maybe he'll remember that we're a real thing. And Tristana goes in with that W, gets the auto off. If she had E, that probably would have been about it. Punch, punch. What do you got, Kha'Zix? A punch in the face is what you got. Body slam under the tower. That might have been a little excessive. You might die for that. Can you run away? Oh my god. That Sett passive keeps him go. That was a clean. A good kill by Sett up in the top lane. Still maintaining that TS advantage too, but he does have to back. Okay, now the Trist is completely bodying this LeBlanc, as LeBlanc is massively down in CS and got exploded for free. That is not good for the mid lane. This is going to be a problem. Alright, fantastic Vel'Koz. You whiffed everything yet again. This is a bit of a trend I'm noticing. Soraka does not have much mana. Ashe does not have much mana. They do have a bit of a health advantage, of course. Bit of a level advantage too while we're at it. Oh, we just tied it up. We are good. We are really looking for that hit 6 first. We're getting pinged out that there is a Kha'Zix on the way. Able to get him spotted off with that W real quick for the Prey Seeker. Fiora's getting a little bit of chip damage. What can she get? But we've still got this level advantage coming in on the Sett anyway. He just kind of zones her off, runs away, goes back from there. Vel'Koz's going to be hiding in a bush. It is not warded. But he hasn't been exactly hitting a lot of these skill shots in the first place, so they're probably not too overly concerned anyways. But we've got them zoned from the wave. Things are going pretty good. Alright, Leblanc, you just got jumped on by a lesser-leveled Kha'Zix and just about killed. This is not exactly the greatest of signs. Can you do anything to catch up? You're able to get the eat. You're able to get the fantastic. And if you die, Triss gets the reset. She didn't take it. But we've now got 4 kills on a mid-lane Tristana into an assassin. This probably shouldn't be going on. 2-level advantage going for Sett in the top lane. He is just bullying this poor Fiora, but the Fiora is still staying even. Alright, you got the E. Will this be enough to take you down? The answer is, you live. Good stuff. But you can't even lane anymore, as you are now at half CC and down 3 kills. Comes out, gets that big double punch, big hits coming in, double whiff coming in out of Vel'Koz, able to get a little bit of trade back. Yep, little bit of harass, can't follow through with the Q, but that's alright. Soraka's just healing it up anyways as she goes. She is sitting at 6, which means that any tower dive is a little bit disturbing right now, but unfortunately Sett is so much bigger than Fiora, she may as well not even be playing this game. From the looks of it, Sett is going for the, okay, Brain, if you could get this going for me in Eclipse. Powerful item, going lethality, really wants to push that early advantage he's got. I can feel it. I'd be more of a fan of Stride Break myself. I think it's the better option to just really get on people, stay on people. And Fiora is stuck going for Sheen. Can't even do the Hydra Rush, which is the standard rush to actually keep any kind of lane state. Well, alright, we've now got 4 tower plates that have gone down on the Sett. He is accruing a monstrous gold advantage. Took some free turret shots, might be an issue, but he's so far ahead, I don't think it matters. Alright, decent attempt to trade for LeBlanc. Couldn't really get much out of it, still down a level, and a substantial amount of gold. Good attempt on the Vel'Koz. You were really determined to try and hit that combo at least once, but it has not come close to happening. But I like the wish and a prayer that you got there, buddy. Somehow still level 5 on both of these junglers, even though it was a while back that they were both looking to actually get up there. Kazakh's just hit 6 as I said that. Of course, he's got to prove me being a liar. Not a big fan of that, dick. Able to get some chunk damage, but again, still got that ult up. It's a little bit concerning. It kind of feels like a bait if we go in there. Somehow the support has a level advantage. Nunu is just farming, doing his camps, keeping things easy. Took a little bit of free trade off the cube, not super pumped about that. Kazakh's ended up failing his jump. I don't even honestly think it mattered. Big damage coming into Leblanc. She is not enjoying this game whatsoever. She is barely even a part of this. She just wants to try and last hit, but again, she is still down half of the CS. Kazakh's is just providing a little bit of door guarding duty, just making sure things are okay. Top lane is still an absolute disaster for this Fiora, but she's able to retain some kind of CS semblance. Into the E on the Kazakh's, very solid, but you were standing next to a very fed Tristana. You've got yourself her first turret going down in the top lane and gets the kill. Sett's doing good, nobody else is having a good time. Well, I guess Tristana's having a great time. Vel'Koz is kind of running around. Meanwhile, Kaisa and the entire bot lane has roamed. Leblanc, you are borderline dead. You should probably just back, because if anybody looks at you sideways, you are going to explode. Still down half the CS, but you're at least kind of coming back in it. Sett is looking hungry. He's looking angry. He got silenced. He was able to get the flash off, able to get that stun off, able to get some big damage. Tristana barely lives. What a disappointment for the Sett. He should have had that kill. But unfortunately, Soraka ended up silencing and healing and shutting a lot of that down. Should have got it. I feel a little bit gypped for him. Able to get some free chips off the turret. I don't know what you think you're going to do, Kazakh's. You're level 6. Everybody else is level 7, basically. Sitting, and there's 4 of us. Even though you are on a turret, you're still going to die. A 4 under-leveled assassin is not going to be dropping no top lane Sett. That's not how this works. Sett is overstaying a little bit more than he probably should in safety, because that Tristana is truly horrifying. I know he's got the kill advantage, but and the level advantage, but she's got the range advantage and can just poke the ever-living crap out of you, and without Stridebreaker and with your ulti down, you have no real way of getting on her safely. A lot of annoyance out of that little quick silence field. Leblanc, I don't really think you had a chance 1v3, because you haven't been winning 1v1, but I like your attempts. We've got a little bit of coverage going on back in the mid lane as the Vel'Koz has roamed in to try and help. Meanwhile, due to the fact of that bullshit going on in mid lane, Fiora's actually been able to hit these tower plates back into some kind of power. She's actually got a good amount of strength, but she can get ran down by this Sett pressing Q, and there it is. There's the Q. Can she make it out? She's running into the middle of all of her minions, which means the stun is likely, so you have to have pretty good parry in the process. Ashe is continuing to farm, but she is down 20 CS in this lane, and from the looks of it, is down a pickaxe, even though the bot lane is combined for zeros across the board. Absolutely no action has actually happened here. Finally, a little bit of damage. We're able to get something down. Can we finish off this Soraka? We were able to get a little bit, able to get something, and Soraka ended up silencing out the Nunu, so he couldn't do his consume, get any kind of heal back. Leblanc explodes, and we are just continually feeding more kills into this terrifying Tristana. That's alright, we're getting there. The Nunu has a slight thing of suiciding, but it's not like the Kazakh's is running away with the show either, so things are actually going pretty evenly. The one advantage would be red side is much stronger in the top lane. The only downside is that we all know Fiora will eventually just get back into this game and not be able to be matched in the split push, but at the rate she is down in items, that probably won't be for about another 20-25 minutes. Kazakh's taking is red. Right now we are positioning around the dragon. Somehow dragon has not been taken, not been looked at, not even been considered for 14, almost 15 minutes before it gets looked at. And it is, if I'm not mistaken, the Ocean Drake. This is an important dragon that would have been really nice to have a while ago. Like 8 minutes ago. Kha'Zix comes in, we pull the herd on him. Nunu somehow loses the smite fight. Good steal for the Kha'Zix. Fantastic job. Sett's trying to do what he can, but he now is only even in levels with this Trist, and she has finished her Zerkers plus Kraken Slayer. She is really scary. If Sett wants to get on her, he needs help, because he's going to get zoned out, as if he tries to go in, he's going to get ulted the fuck backwards. Vel'Koz clearing out a little bit of wards. Meanwhile, they can push back to their fallback tower. Fiora finally finishes off the top tower. End up pushing on. She is slowly but surely trying to get herself back in. Interesting choice. Ended up going with Divine Sunderer. Not exactly what I would think would be the best matchup into this. Great parry into the stun. Getting some damage down. Don't think there was really a need to pop the ult right there. Wait for her to run away. She is popping all of those plates, but it did not matter at all. She's just too far behind. A little bit of a lull state as we're just clearing out wards, preparing for the next objective. Rift Herald is on the map. Nobody seems to care. Sett, you don't have a turret to fall back to, and you are getting hard roamed on by a very weak Kha'Zix, but unfortunately a very strong Tristana. You'll probably be able to take a trade, but nope, you didn't even have W available. You must have used it on the wave. Unfortunate timing to be taken out. That was a lot of gold that just went over. That was a 900 gold switch over to an already terrifying Tristana who just finished Stormrazor. She is now going to be really doing some nasty stuff. Aggressive, going for the flash silence off of the Soraka. Able to get some trade damage back, but Soraka's just going to keep you alive the entire time. Nobody on the red side is building Grievous Wounds into a team with a Soraka and a Fiora. This seems like very, very poor planning. We do have to finish Kraken Slayer on the Kai'Sa. She is substantially stronger than this Ashe, even though they do have the same level. Beautiful stun from the Ashe. If she would have whiffed that ult, she would have died for sure and been ran down. Is down 40-some CS, though, and is not having a super good time, but is being hard carried by a mid laner that just will not go down. An Eclipse build on the Kha'Zix instead of going with the standard Dust Blade seems a little bit odd. Sett has got silenced into the catch down. Can we save Private Sett? Fiora flashed in for that, and then Sett actually brought her back into safety. Would not have been my first choice on that. She should have flashed to the other side of her, ulted back into the team, but this kind of shit happens. We're not exactly high elo. 8 kills on a Tristana, and it feels like a ticking clock of doom. Yes, we have an incredibly strong top laner, but he's going to start falling off at a certain point as Tristana is going to continue scaling higher. And dead. She has now gone legendary, 9-1. This is a problem. I don't know how we're going to deal with the fact that she has a Soraka continually healing her up. 3 assists, though, over the Fiora. She actually does have some gold. Is down 30 CS, but is staying pretty relevant. Meanwhile, the Ashe is so useless and far behind, but her team is so far ahead, she can just stand in one lane, as all 5 of us have to try and match 4 people down the mid, and she can 3-push to help. Not even 4 people need to stay. They can do 3 and send the Kha'Zix over to help out. Beautiful, beautiful gathering. Unfortunately, you went in a little bit too early, couldn't really do too much of anything with that. Up until we have Grievous, not going to be able to do anything at all, but thankfully Sett has gone for the Dead Man's Plate for the extra rundown, which is probably also why Stridebreaker would have been the better item in this case, but we're not going to harp on that, even though it's fun to harp on that. 10-1 onto the Trist. Definitely an issue. Not sure what the next item she's going to get is, but something tells me she's going to be working on an IE. Yep, and there's the first 2 components. She's about 1,225 gold away from completing it, and that is going to be a bit of a death knell coming out. Right now, Pickaxe buy for the Kai'Sa tells me she is going to be going with the Runan's Hurricane. Quite a solid item, but would have gone with the pickaxe just to be able to get that completed Q upgrade for her Cathian Rain missiles. Might have been a better usage of the gold to buy the early Executioner's Calling just to try and stay somewhat relevant. We have to pull back off as we are sitting here with a 4v4, but their 4v4 is stronger, as our only strong member is up at the top lane, matching a very underfed Fiora. Able to get actually a pretty good ult off coming in from the Vel'Koz. We were able to secure it even though our jungler ended up dying for suicide purposes. 11 kills onto this Tristana. And somehow the Trist ended up getting that kill. Must have got the easy E off that. No Ice Cube involved in that situation. Dr. Dre, whatever, that's alright. A little bit of confidence. Sett is now realizing, holy shit, I'm 2 levels up and I am losing to this bitch. Why do I not have Executioners? You gotta tuck the wall there, bud. She is gonna take you, and she killed you in a 1v1. 2 levels down. 5 kills down. Well, actually, it was 6 kills down at the time, with only 1 completed item. If you don't buy Grievous, you're never going to win another fight. Unfortunately, Trish just came in, got... Oh my god, the amount of damage just came out. That was heal, that was ult for barrier. Did not matter, under tower still exploded. That is how far ahead this Tristana is right now at 13 kills. Trying to get a little bit of poke off. Kha'Zix, if it catches you even out, is going to kill you, Nuna. Interesting choice of a flash, but you were able to do a little bit of a juke. You did not have flash to follow. You were actually pure armor, and the Kha'Zix was still able to do that amount of isolated damage to you. That is not a good sign. We are not having a very good time right now. Alright, so with the dagger and the Zeal purchase done for the Kaisa, we can now do a E upgrade, get that thing maxed up, and in comes the Tristana, who I don't even think had vision. Not even sure how that panned out. She just knew. It was like a sixth sense, just completely smurfing on us at this point. 14 kills, 1 death. Holy, just has everything. Sett came in hard, but ends up getting ulted away. This is going to happen a lot. Can you keep this root down? You can. Fantastic. We're able to get another kill in on the Sett. Keep things going. He is, instead of buying Grievous Wounds, going for his Hydra buy. Tristana limps away, barely alive. Able to get that kill. Kaisa hits the Prey Seeker, sniped down for 1,000 gold coming in. Big money. Kha'Zix is barely able to limp out as well. Does he make it? Boom! You go exploding. Sett's trapped on the other side, going to be tanking a bunch of free shots. Is he going to die? He gets executed, did not have W up to follow through with, survivability. Able to get a shot in on the Fiora. Do you really want that, Kaisa? You don't. You're level down, and you don't got your Grievous Wounds. If you even attempt that fight, you just die for free. Able to get that mid-tower, though. That's a nice little tempo swing. We're able to get ourselves back into the game. We do have that gold advantage, but the issue is, if the Tristana stays up, the fight is simply in the blue side's favor. She is just too far ahead. We do not have any point-and-click CC to deal with her, and her jumping reset will allow her to simply just take over everything, and with the Soraka nearby, we'll keep her infinitely alive. We need Grievous Wounds. We have 0 Grievous Wounds. We have 3 Ignites. That's our Grievous Wounds for anything. Big damage comes in onto the Kha'Zix from the Vel'Koz. Nunu, I don't know what you were thinking going back in, but Trish is getting those resets, got that quick W, and is looking at that 16-2 kill line. Absolutely horrifying. They could right now have done Baron. They have all of their power people. That is a very free Baron that we just could not go near. They did not take it. Interesting choice, but I'm good with it. I mean, Fiora Ashe with the Soraka to keep you up, with the Tristana is able to fire that thing down like no problem. Okay, so we got Runans, we got a long sword, so it looks like we're getting started on the Grievous Wounds on the Kaisa. Looks like we are doing Titanic, going in for the Sett. Damage starting to scale up from the Fiora. Going to be a little bit of an issue. She is getting prepped up on that Ravenous Hydra. We've got the Immortal Shield Bow in from the Ash, but she is very far behind. We now have Executioners finished before the Kai side. Okay, Vel'Koz. Are you going to live? Nope, you exploded again for free. Nunu's coming in, even though we are super far behind. Leblanc's able to kind of get in there. Fantastic grab in coming from the Sett, able to do some quick popping, but due to the fact we're able to drop the Trist, they simply have nobody capable of fighting back. What is a Kha'Zix and a Soraka going to do? The answer is absolutely jack shit to give us this trade for free. Again, right now, this would be a pretty much free Baron, but we're not doing it. I guess there is the chance of that 50-50 smite, so maybe not free at all. Probably not even the best of plans. Leblanc is taking red, not really sure why. You do you. We're tied at 20 and 20, but red side is up 3.5k. Tristana now has said, to hell with this noise, we're going to buy a Guardian Angel. We are tired of dying. It's not going to happen again. She is horrifyingly full. She has only one inventory spot left. There is a definite difference going on in bot lane supports, as we are still sitting at no sweeper on the Vel'Koz. So we are not clearing out anything, and has a vision score of 21 in comparison to a 34. All in total, the vision scores across the board are pretty horrific, but this is, like, not a high elo, so gotta cut a little bit of slack. Turrets are even. LeBlanc just jumped right into that, and now has killed herself by Zhonya's. Okay, you didn't need the Zhonya's, they wouldn't have got you. We just gave away a pretty big objective. They can now get onto Baron. That was a colossal failure, and that is also what you expect out of a low elo LeBlanc. At 96 CS at 27 minutes. This is a dark time. Nunu's able to come in a little bit. I don't really know what you think you're going to do. Gets the steal is what he's going to do. Can we get any trade-out kills? No, Vel'Koz was too busy trying to work the beam across everybody as opposed to focus down one person to get any kind of kill. But we still do have two members up with the Baron, which is going to make things at least a little bit easier for ourselves. Wonderful steal from the Nunu. Very good job on that. He ended up getting the Bramble Vest yet too, so he has got some anti-healing. Unfortunately, our main solo laner that would be splitting against the Fiora has still not bought any Grievous at all to deal with this, and is kind of pissing away his advantage in the process, but it's alright. As long as he presses Alt at the right time with that Trist, he single-handedly wins a team fight for us. So really, that's the only thing that matters. Gets silenced, gets the grab, gets the punch in, big damage coming in on Soraka, pops her like a balloon, gets a suppress, wonderful, wonderful lock-in from the Sett. See, that's what I'm talking about. Press the ult at the right time, everything goes to shit. When you got Trist, you got that kill. Good stuff. Decent bomb damage again, and she only got one auto attack off into the Kaisa. She just hits like a Mack truck. 18 and 4 now, feeling a little bit better. They still got that kill advantage, but it is 5.5k gold advantage for the red side. Fiora is going with what she can, able to get a pretty good parry off to stay alive. We do have the Baron-empowered minions rolling in. Some siege potential here coming in pretty decent. Hard to dive into there when there's a Nunu just ulting like a madman, slowing everybody down. Fiora's, again, been on point with these parries. Redemption coming in with Soraka, keeping everybody healthy, wealthy, and wise, but they're waiting on that Tristana, and we have to GTFO, because if Trist comes in with the amount of damage she possesses, she is very, very capable of killing one of us and using those resets to just jump and kill on all of us. We do not want to get pentakilled at this point by an 18-kill goddamn Tristana. We are pretty scattered for kills across the board, weirdly enough. Not a huge amount of kill participation coming out of the bot lane. Support 5 kill participation out of 23 kills. So you can see that there's not exactly been a lot of team fights. Most things have been very solo, lane-oriented solo fights, catch picks, stuff like that. Little bit of one at a time, hoping for the best. It's been more skirmish heavy than fight heavy, which is probably for the best. Although both teams appear to be about the same level of team fighting. I mean, Leblanc is looking to come in from the flanks. Vel'Koz is again looking to shoot Qs in from the flank. They get an ult off if you can. Kha'Zix is looking to pick off isolated targets. The Ashe has a good pick. Rocket's going to keep y'all going. And Fiora really is not a team fight champ. Sett can kind of do some ults into the back line, try to get that giant E-stun, snare set everything up, let that big burst come in, drop in for that wombo combo, although we don't have too much of a wombo, mostly just a combo. Sett's in the back line during this all by himself. This is Saving Private Sett at this point. Gets the ult into Soraka. He was trying to get the fuck out. Ended up getting a quick kill. Kai'Sa's able to flash in for it. Gets that pop in. Goes down to the Fiora. Trades over a pretty big chunk of gold. Trist is able to make it on out. Leblanc, can you catch into any of this? Or are you just going to die? Able to get that pop. Fantastic. Drake is still up. Kha'Zix is up. But he is pushing up bot lane when the rest of his team was fighting around a neutral objective. Not exactly the best positioning. But we are now sitting at red side with Soul Point. Cloud Drake, always good, extremely helpful for champions like Sett, like Kai'Sa, like Vel'Koz. Burns the flash out of the Ashe, who has not really been able to play much of this game, is still sitting at just one completed item, bits and pieces of another item. Finished boots, but of course we don't count boots. Kai'Sa's now got Kraken Slayer Runan's IE. So a pretty solid build set going out from there so far. We again still have 0 grievous wounds coming in off that set. Still kind of weird. Probably should have gone the either Thornmail or the Chempunk Chainsword, just like the Fiora did, which is just a better buy in this particular case. I would have gone with the Chainsword myself. Although I suppose they don't really have any AP damage really coming in off the blue side, so Thornmail seems okay, but it also seems like you're giving up and you don't want to actually beat anybody to death anymore. And if you're playing Sett, you really just want to punch people in the face. So Kha'Zix has got himself his Edge of Night. Great item. Let's just not be hit by free skill shots and lockdowns. Gives you a little bit of survivability, a little bit of dodge ability. Clearing out some wards, getting things going. Finally, Vel'Koz has swapped himself over to the Sweeper. Unfortunately, is sitting at half the vision score of the enemy support. There is definitely a support gap this game, but there's also an ADC gap as well. Although, in fairness, there was a hell of a mid gap. Basically, this entire game boils down to who gapped harder. Sett was able to get some punching down. Again, good attempts by the Vel'Koz. Ends up firing into double skill shots. Just can't seem to ever find any targets with it. Maybe will eventually. Nunu, you might have gone in a little bit overly hard off that. Fiora ended up getting baited into using the parry. No real damage. Sheer going to be following in. Right now, clearing out the blue side jungle. Don't leave them any resources to get back in, but we are funneling supers into the base, giving them a constant gold supply. Baron is an objective. There is no point in being in mid lane at all. That inhib's already down. There's nothing to focus on. There's nothing to fire on. There's no point in being there. Push a different lane. Why are you in that lane? There is no point in being in that lane. Go for Baron. Go for top, go for bot. Mid's already going to push in naturally on its own. It does not need your help. Nope, we are going to just determinedly keep sitting there, even though we could have pulled off for this objective at this particular point. Good damage goes in onto the Ashe. Vel'Koz, you were silenced, and now you're dead. You're able to get some damage off onto the Trist. Trist ends up Wing right into the Kai'Sa. Was not expecting that. Bit of a missed time on that W, and unfortunately, back to full health from Soraka. Now we're able to finish off this mid-inhib yet again. Leblanc has only been farming into the side lane, hasn't been part of any of these fights for the last little while. We have a pushing lane, top and bot. Should move to actually take an objective. Dragon Soul Point is not up for another minute. Should reset, or at least look for an objective at this particular point. We've been picking out that Baron is up, but we are not going for it. We have Sett now pushing into the bot lane, trying to get this wave to crash. We're doing mistimed backs and resets. Blue side is in 3-point defense, just try and get some establishment over these waves. Get a little bit of farm going back on, try and get things up and running. We got completed Mortal Reminder onto the Kai'Sa now. Feeling pretty good about that. Nunu's just standing on the opposite side of where he should be. With a Sett guarding him though. They're going to go for the bait, but I don't think that they're going to win a 2v3 unless it's the Kha'Zix, Ashe, and Soraka. If the Fiora is part of that 3 for the Tristana, it's not going to end quite as nicely. Sett, granted, is the highest level person in the game. Sitting at level 18, is able to just man mode whatever he wants at this point. Has not backed and spent gold in a very, very long time, and is still sitting on the same items as the first time that inhibitor was exploded. He is definitely greeting, but we've got Cloud Soul onto the red side, feeling pretty good about that. Sett, you've been sitting on the same items since level 15, and there is no reason for that. You gotta back, you gotta spend some of that gold. You got a wallet going on you, man. You got a wallet. Use that wallet. Alright, red team is now starting onto the Baron. With the Kai'Sa, can do it very, very quickly. Very, very quickly can you burn through that. Vel'Koz is still participating. He's got that max health burn. So. Oh, no, it's Luden's Echo. Sorry, he's got no burn. He's just there. Sett still has him backed. I have no idea how much gold he has on him at this point, but it's probably a lot. Kha'Zix just died for free. We do have 20 kills on this Tristana. She is really big. Got the finished Maw of Melmortius. Interesting. Very interesting. Sett, you got 3 people coming on you. You haven't spent gold yet. You got to be careful about this. Leblanc is off in the side lane, where I guess Leblanc should be. Unfortunately, she's very easy to match in the side lane, but nobody appears to be doing it. Tristana has sort of thrown a lot of her lead. We had the big ult from the Sett. He ended up going for the E as opposed to going for the W full proc in order to stay alive. That's alright. He's trying. Finishing off that inhibitor. Sett ended up getting his Grievous finally as the game ends. And got the Death Dance. So was sitting on a shit ton of gold. That's alright. This is just cleanup and an Ender. Alright. Ends at 10k. So, yeah, this was a clear jungle gap. The Kha'Zix barely got to participate. The Ashe didn't participate at all. She's sitting on 2 finish items and boots. The Trist was massive, was really pushing up that advantage in the mid lane. Huge. We couldn't match her. Unfortunately, nobody else could participate. Other than the Soraka, even one of the person on blue side was able to actually play the game proper. This would have been a blue side win, but she wasn't able to really rotate her value enough, and eventually this half the CS, way under-leveled LeBlanc was able to just accidentally chunk enough to almost take her out of fights. It happens. Alright, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It's a fun game. Y'all enjoy yourselves, and if not, fuck you. Like, do your thing, man. Live your life. Do it.